Acting Classes in Perth, and this is episode number 52 of the Acting Classes in Perth Daily Show, the show where I sit down and answer all your acting-related questions at 7 p.m. every single day here on Facebook Live and YouTube Live simultaneously. Now, before we roll the intro, I would love to invite you to one of our in-person free 3-hour acting classes for beginners here at Acting Classes in Perth. We have classes for all ages, so don't think you have missed the boat. Be sure to head over to actingclassesinperth.com/free or follow the link in the description of this video to see where and when our next free class will be held. They are a ton of fun and super relaxed. You're going to have so many laughs, and I would love to see you there. So be sure to join up in one of our next classes. You can get all those details on the website. But now it's time to jump straight into today's episode. So let's roll the intro. Okay, so today's question is coming into us from Grace, but before we do that, if you are watching us now, please give us a big thumbs up. We would love to know that you are out there, and leave a comment or ask a question. If you don't know what to say, just simply say hello, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. Now, let's jump straight into today's question that comes into us from Grace.
Hey Lauren, my question for you is, when applying for auditions, do you have to be messaged by the person who is a part of the project, or do you just go to the location of where the auditions are held and audition? Thanks, have a nice day.
Grace, thank you so much for sending in your question. Yes, you should absolutely be in contact and have had some communication, whether that be by phone or email or, a messaging app, definitely before your audition. There are a few things that you should be aware of and that you should have been contacted about prior to your audition. Number one would be the audition time and location. The casting director, or if it's a student film or low-budget film, the director of that project is going to set up with you a time for your audition, as well as giving you information on the location as well. Make sure that it's somewhere safe, right? Like, most auditions are going to be held at a hall or, some kind of hiring space that the filmmaker will get access to, or even maybe at a university if they're doing a student film. I would say stay away from any auditions that are being held at someone's house. I just think it's unprofessional and could also be mildly dodgy. Now, the other thing you're going to look for is the audition script. They're going to give that to you. Now, that may not be the actual script in the final production or the shooting script. It may just be a smaller script that they prepare for you to prepare and get ready for your audition. Now, the other thing that you're going to get is what's called a character brief. And the character brief is some information about your character, and it'll give you the basis that you'll kind of start to work from in prepping for your audition. It'll be something very simple. It may be something like a young female 19 to 24 who's ready to take on the world. Now, whilst it doesn't tell you a lot, it does give you a bit of an indication in the direction in which they want to take the character and how the character might work in with the audition script and potentially the overall film as well, or play. So what I would encourage you to do with that is always take the casting brief and the character brief and also the audition script and prepare 3 different versions around the brief and the audition that you have, right? So stick with the script, but read through the lines. Try to figure out, okay, maybe how are 3 different ways that I can play this character, so that when you walk into the audition space, you have a couple of different versions that you can present to them. Maybe the first version you kind of go with, it might not work, or it may be completely different to what they're after. So that's okay. Now you've got a few different versions. That's something I would highly recommend for every single actor going out for auditions. Now, the final thing I also want to touch on here, Grace, is if you are under the age of 18, I would always say go with a trusted adult or with a parent or guardian to an audition just to be safe and make sure everything is safe there for you. Now, thank you so much. If you liked Grace's question, thank you, Grace, for sending in, and it was a great question. I would love for you guys out there to support Grace. Share this video, click the share button, help out your fellow actor, and if you are watching us on Facebook, be sure to like and follow our page. If you're watching us on YouTube, simply click the subscribe button and then be sure to click the notifications bell next to it. And finally, if you're listening to us on iTunes, simply click subscribe. We will keep you updated with everything in the future. Plus, don't forget to check out our next free 3-hour acting class for beginners here at Acting Classes in Perth by visiting actingclassesinperth.com/free, or simply click the link in the description of this video. I definitely look forward to seeing you at one of our beginner classes soon. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Now, I will see you again tomorrow at 7 p.m. for another awesome question answered by me. But until then, like always, stay safe and happy acting.